Living alone does not mean you are helpless. It does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you should be afraid in your own home. But after 60, small habits carry more weight. And one of the wisest habits is preparing your bedside before you need it. Today, I want to show you 5 things every woman over 60 who lives alone should keep near her bed. Not expensive gadgets. Not dramatic emergency supplies. Not a hospital setup. Just 5 simple things that can make the difference between panic and control in the middle of the night. And stay with me until the 5th one, because it is the one most women forget, but it can speak for you when you cannot explain everything quickly. This is not about fear. It is about noticing early. It is about preparing quietly, so you can sleep with more peace. Before we begin, remember this. This video is educational. It does not replace medical advice from your doctor, nurse, pharmacist, or healthcare provider. If you have sudden chest pain, sudden weakness on one side, severe dizziness, fainting, trouble speaking, confusion, sudden trouble walking, severe shortness of breath, or any sudden major change, call emergency services right away. Now let's begin with the first thing to keep near your bed. A charged phone with a charger you can reach without getting up. This sounds simple. Almost too simple. But this is where many women make the first mistake. They own a phone, but at night it is on the dresser, or in the kitchen, or inside a handbag, or charging across the room, or the battery is low because they forgot to plug it in. And in the daytime, that does not feel like a problem. You think, I can just get up and get it. But night is different. At night, the room is darker. Your body may be stiffer. Your balance may be slower. Your blood pressure can shift when you stand. Your feet may not feel the floor as clearly. Your eyes may need time to adjust. And if you wake up scared, dizzy, weak, or confused, the phone across the room may as well be across the street. A wise woman does not wait until an emergency to discover that help is out of reach. Keep your phone on your nightstand, not under a pillow, not buried under books, and not far from the bed. Keep the charger plugged in nearby. If the cord is too short, use a longer cord safely, placed where it will not become a tripping hazard. And if you can, set up emergency contacts in your phone. Choose 1 or 2 trusted people. A daughter, son, neighbor, friend, sister, church member, or caregiver. Someone who would actually answer. Not just someone you love, but someone reachable. Then do one more thing. Keep emergency numbers easy to find. If you use a smartphone, learn where the emergency call button is. If your phone has a medical ID feature, ask someone you trust to help you set it up. If technology makes you nervous, do not feel embarrassed. You do not need to become a phone expert. You only need the phone to do one job at night. Help you reach help. And here is a small but powerful habit. Before you sleep, look at your phone and ask 3 questions. Is it charged? Is it within reach? Can I call someone without getting out of bed? That little 3-question check can remove a lot of hidden risk. But this next part is important. Do not keep your phone so tangled in cords, tissues, cups, or medicine bottles that you cannot find it quickly. Your bedside should not become a small jungle. It should be a calm little command center. Clear. Simple. Easy to reach. Because in a stressful moment, complicated things become harder. The first thing is your phone. The second thing is just as important. Because even if you can call for help, you still need to see. Keep a light you can turn on before your feet touch the floor. This may be a bedside lamp, a touch lamp, a small flashlight, a motion night light, or all of these, if your home needs them. The key is this. You should not have to stand up in the dark to find the light. Many falls do not happen during big dramatic moments. They happen during ordinary seconds. Getting up to use the bathroom. Reaching for a robe. Stepping around a shoe. Looking for slippers. Turning toward the hallway before your eyes have adjusted. The body after 60 often needs a little more time. That is not failure. That is physiology. Your eyes may take longer to adjust from darkness to light. Your feet may be less steady when you first stand. Your knees or hips may feel stiff after hours of rest. And if you add darkness to all of that, the room becomes a puzzle your body has to solve half awake. That is why light is not decoration. Light is safety. Keep a lamp where your hand naturally reaches. If possible, use a lamp with a large switch, touch base, or easy button. Not a tiny switch hidden behind the shade. Not a cord switch that falls behind the table. Not something you have to twist 3 times while half asleep. If you use a flashlight, keep it in the same place every night. Not sometimes in the drawer. Not sometimes beside the bed. Not sometimes under a book. The same place. Every night. Maybe you can. Until one night, something is different. A slipper has moved. A cord has shifted. A blanket has fallen. A pet is sleeping in the path. Your balance is slightly off. Your knee is stiff. Your head feels light. The floor has not changed much, but your body has. So do not test your balance in the dark. Turn the light on first. Feet after light. Not light after feet. That small order matters. Now, the third thing to keep near your bed is something many women use every day, but misplace every night. Your glasses, hearing aids, and anything you need to understand the room quickly. If you wear glasses, they should have one home at night. If you use hearing aids, they should have one home at night. If you use dentures, a clock, a small magnifier, or any item you rely on to orient yourself, keep it in a safe, predictable place. I like to imagine a small bedside tray. Nothing fancy, just a tray, dish, or small basket where your important night items live. Your glasses go there. Your hearing aids go there. Your phone can sit beside it. Your flashlight can sit beside it. And every morning, you know where they are. Every night, you put them back. This is not about being fussy. It is about lowering the number of decisions you have to make when you are tired. If you wake up at 2:30 in the morning and something feels wrong, you do not want to search. You want to reach. Reach for the glasses. Reach for the phone. Reach for the light. Reach for what helps you understand what is happening. Because confusion grows when your senses are missing. If you cannot see clearly, a shadow becomes a shape. If you cannot hear clearly, a normal sound becomes frightening. If you cannot read the time, the night feels longer. And if you cannot find your glasses, you may stand, bend, or walk while half blind. That is where danger sneaks in. One common mistake is placing glasses on the edge of the nightstand. Then they fall. Another mistake is putting them under tissues, books, or blankets. Then you start reaching and sweeping your hand around in the dark. Another mistake is leaving them in another room because you took them off while watching television. Then the morning or midnight walk begins without clear vision. Do not make your future tired self solve a problem your evening self could have prevented. Set up the tray. Use it every night. Keep it simple. And if hearing aids need charging, keep the charger close and organized. If you have trouble with small devices, ask someone to help create an easy system. A wise woman does not make life harder just to prove she can manage. She builds systems that protect her energy. Now, the fourth thing is about the first steps out of bed. Keep safe footwear and your walking support within reach. This may be non-slip slippers, supportive house shoes, a cane, a walker, or whatever your healthcare provider has recommended for you. Not everyone needs a cane or walker. Not everyone needs special shoes. But every woman needs safe first steps. And after 60, the first steps of the night are different from the steps you take at noon. At noon, your body is awake. Your muscles are warm. Your eyes are open. Your balance system is more alert. At night, your body is slower. Your ankles may be stiff. Your knees may ache. Your feet may be cold. Your brain may still be partly asleep. So those first 3 steps matter. The mistake many women make is walking barefoot on smooth floors, or wearing loose slippers that flap, or sliding into old house shoes with worn bottoms, or leaving the cane across the room, or putting the walker near the door instead of near the bed. Then when they wake up, they think, I only need to go a few steps. But a few steps in the dark can be enough. Sturdy footwear should not be a fashion item at night. It should be a safety tool. Choose slippers or house shoes that fit well, stay on the foot, and have non-slip soles. Avoid floppy slippers. Avoid socks on slippery floors unless they are non-slip grip socks. Avoid shoes that you have to struggle with in the dark. Place them where your feet naturally land, but not where you will trip over them. That detail matters. Near the bed, not in the walking path. Reachable, not scattered. If you use a cane, keep it on the side you get out of bed. If you use a walker, keep it close enough that you do not have to take unsupported steps to reach it. And if you have been told to use a mobility aid but feel embarrassed, let me speak to you plainly and kindly. Using support is not giving up independence. It is protecting independence. The goal is not to look younger. The goal is to feel safer, steadier, and more in control. A cane ignored in the corner helps no one. A walker placed where you actually need it can protect the life you want to keep living. Now, before we get to the fifth item, I want to pause on something important. Some women hear advice like this and think, this makes me feel old. But I want you to reframe it. A safe bedside does not make you old. It makes you prepared. Young people keep chargers near the bed. Busy mothers keep baby supplies near the bed. Caregivers keep important items near the bed. Travelers keep passports close in hotels. Preparedness is not weakness. Preparedness is intelligence. And after 60, it is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. Now let's move to the fifth thing. This is the one many women forget. Keep a small emergency information card and a simple way to signal for help. This can be a written card on your nightstand, a card taped inside the top drawer, a paper in a bright envelope, a medical information card, a personal alarm, a whistle, or a wearable alert button if you use one. The idea is simple. If something happens, help should not depend only on your memory. Because in an emergency, even calm women can forget details. Medication names, allergies, doctor numbers, a neighbor's phone number, a daughter's work number, the name of a condition, the last time a medication was taken, the address of a specialist. These things feel easy in normal life. But in stress, pain, dizziness, fear, or confusion, even familiar details can disappear. So write them down. On one clear card, include your name, your address, emergency contacts, allergies, major medical conditions, current medications, and your doctor or clinic number if you have one. Keep the writing large enough to read. Do not make it tiny. Do not hide it in a folder nobody can find. Do not put it somewhere safe but impossible to reach. Put it where it can help. If you are worried about privacy, keep it in a labeled envelope in your bedside drawer. Something simple like emergency information. This is not dramatic. This is practical. And if you live alone, consider a way to signal for help if you cannot easily reach your phone. A whistle, a small personal alarm, a wearable emergency button, or a trusted neighbor system where someone checks in if they do not hear from you. A phone is excellent, but sometimes a person falls in a place where the phone is just out of reach. Sometimes hands shake. Sometimes the screen is hard to use. Sometimes fear makes small tasks feel large. A whistle or personal alarm is not a replacement for emergency services, but it may help draw attention if someone is nearby. An emergency card does not replace medical care, but it may help people help you faster. And there is one more part of this fifth item. Make sure at least one trusted person knows where this information is. Not everyone, not the whole neighborhood, just someone trustworthy. Tell them, if anything happens, my emergency card is in the bedside drawer. This tiny sentence can save confusion later. A wise woman does not wait until she cannot speak clearly to let others know where important information lives. Now, I want to bring all five together in a simple way. Near your bed, keep a charged phone with a reachable charger. A light you can turn on before your feet touch the floor. Your glasses, hearing aids, or sense support items in one consistent place. Safe footwear and walking support for those first steps. And an emergency information card with a simple way to signal for help. That is your bedside safety circle. Not clutter, not fear, a circle of calm. And if you want to make it even simpler, do this tonight. Stand beside your bed and pretend it is 3 a.m. The room is dark. You are tired. You need the bathroom. Or you feel unwell. Ask yourself these questions. Can I reach my phone without standing? Can I turn on a light before I move? Can I find my glasses quickly? Can I put on safe footwear without bending too far or searching? Can I reach my cane or walker if I need it? Can someone find my emergency information if I cannot explain? If the answer to any of these is no, do not judge yourself. Just fix one thing. Not all 5 at once. One thing tonight. Move the charger. Clear the floor. Place the lamp closer. Set a tray for your glasses. Write one emergency contact on a card. Put safer slippers by the bed. Tiny changes count. After 60, small habits carry more weight. And the goal is not to create a perfect home. The goal is to remove the simple risks that do not need to be there. Now I want to speak to the woman who says, I have lived alone for years. I am fine. I believe you. You may be strong. You may be independent. You may be careful. You may know every corner of your home. But safety is not only for people who are weak. Safety is for people who want to stay independent longer. The strongest women I know are not the ones who pretend nothing can happen. They are the ones who prepare quietly and keep living fully. They do not make fear the center of their home. They make wisdom part of the furniture. A phone within reach. A light beside the bed. Glasses in one place. Shoes that grip. Information ready. These are not signs of decline. They are signs of self-respect. And please remember the medical side. If you often feel dizzy when standing, if you have fallen, nearly fallen, blacked out, felt new weakness, had chest pain, felt sudden shortness of breath, or noticed confusion or sudden trouble speaking, please speak with a healthcare provider or call emergency services if symptoms are severe or sudden. Do not turn serious symptoms into a private burden. Living alone should not mean handling everything alone. It means building a system around yourself so help is easier to reach.